11 years ago, a younger Plasma done a guide for the original Darksiders 2. And now 11 years have passed, and now the older Plasma is going to do the guide once again for the remaster. For those who have watched my previous Darksiders videos, we're going to do the same thing again, where I start from the very beginning of the game, and then me and you will go through the entire game together, collecting everything we can along the way. I hope you're ready, so let's go. And now once eventually we go into Tristone Village, and then eventually we will leave. Once again, this is all part of the story. As we go down into the water section here, this is where we're located. So originally we was in the Tristone Village, and then we have to leave to go to the Stonefather's area. So before going to the right hand side, you want to jump into the water. This will be your first boatman coin. And now as soon as you enter the Stonefather's Vale, so this is where we're located. So during the cutscene you will see a big enemy here guarding this wall here that you can't go through just yet. But in this section, if you go to the far left, you will see some destructible explosive things on the wall and some yellow crystals. To the left of this doorway you will find your next boatman coin. And now for our next collectible. So this will be the page of the Book of the Dead, or the Page of the Dead. So once we're in Stonefather's Vale, once again go to the top right hand side, and this is where it's going to be located, right here. Be very careful when you grab it, because you will get ambushed by a few enemies. And now for your next boatman coin. Once we head into the Weeping Crag, now in this area we will go across this bridgeway here. I wasn't going to show you this now, but since we do actually come here eventually when we have the required upgrades, if you really want to grab it you can, just drop down underneath the bridge to find your next coin. If not, then we will be coming back here at a later date, just not now. And for our next collectible, we're going to find another boatman coin. This is located in Baneswood. So once you get further into Baneswood, if you want to stay to your right hand side, then you'll find your boatman coin just floating in midair. So this is the location where I am right now. So here's Baneswood. Just in this corner here, you will find your next coin. And now for your next Book of the Dead page. Still in Baneswood, this is the location where I am right now. Is go to the far right hand side in the middle, and you will find a chest here as well, but behind this statue of an ancient dwarf person. And behind that statue you will find your next Book of the Dead page. And now for your next boatman coin, still in the same location, just go around the wall. So on your minimap it's on the right side, but from your player's perspective it's to the left. All you have to do now is just wall run up here, and then you'll get it. Once again I'm going to show the map just to be sure. And now for the next collectible, this is going to be the boatman's coin once again. So we're still in Baneswood, but we're going to enter the place called the Nook. So it's in between Baneswood and the Nook. So once we go into this building, you will find a boatman coin located in some crates. And there we go. Now, since we don't have any necessary upgrades, there's no point actually doing this part, because we can't do it. For the next boatman coin, once you go through this archway, this is where we're located. So we're leaving Baneswood and going into the Charred Pass. So as we go through this archway, just to the right and look up, you will see the next boatman coin here. Once again, this is where we're located, just so you know where it is. As we are entering the area called the Charred Pass, we will find an overturned tree. Inside the tree trunk itself, you will find your next boatman coin, and this should be number 8. There we go, that's where we are. We came from the Baneswoods, and this is where the tree trunk is. And now for your next boatman coin. So that's where we was originally. We came out for the tree trunk, and then we're going to go into this well. So this is where we're located right now. So once we get to this well, we're going to jump down and go down to the very bottom. Now once we get to the end here, just keep looking up, and then you will find your next boatman coin just where the gap is to the well. Or the X, I should say. Then of course we can continue on down a bit further, but of course we haven't got certain upgrades to grab the next piece down there. So we will be coming back at a later point in the game, just not yet. For the next boatman coin, once you have gone through the Charred Pass, and then you'll make your way into the Cauldron. This is all part of the main story quest line, but once you go inside, this is where we'll be. Eventually we'll go through this pathway here, get introduced to bombs, and then we go through this door here. Then once we go through the next door after that, there will be your bowman, I was going to call him, boatman's coin. Can't really miss it because you have to go directly past it anyway. So look down there, and then ta-da! For the next boatman coin, this is very hard to miss in this area here, where I think this thing in the middle is called a stalker, but you'll see him battling out with the other two enemies, all three. To the right side here, destroy this crate, and this will be your next boatman coin. Also, this is where we are on the map. And also right here, there will be a treasure chest containing a dungeon map as well. And now from the last location, once we grab the previous boat coin, we will interact with this chest, and this will be given to us for a skeleton key. And now with this key, we now need to follow the minimap. So the bird will show us the way. So basically it's on the minimap right now. So from here, just go down to this doorway. Then I'll see you guys there. And now once we are now here at the doorway, so with the skeleton key that we picked up, we can now interact with this doorway. Now in here will be your next boatman coin. So as soon as you enter, you will see it directly above. For our next Book of the Dead, this is where we're located, still in the Cauldron area. So this is where we need to come to anyway, it's all part of the story. But when we get into here, we will have to release this ball. But once you do this, there will be an obvious hole in the wall, and right next to where you need to move the ball is your next page. Very, very hard to miss. When you pick up your next skeleton key, go towards the only door you can. Once you enter, you'll be in the next lava section. Once you're here, go left, and then destroy these boxes, and you will find your next boatman coin. For your next Book of the Dead, once you have killed your first mini-boss, shortly after, this is the location where you'll be. So the mini-boss was in here, then shortly after we'll be in this section. Now once we're here, destroy the boxes on the right hand side, and you will find your Book of the Dead. And now starting from the same location, once we have unlocked the Cauldron and finished the Cauldron quest line. Now go there anywhere you can and go through this doorway. Once you go through, just go down to the very bottom, and then you'll see your next boatman coin located as you go down the steps. And now for our next boatman coin. Once we have now gained access to the Shadow Gorge and got to the very end, eventually we'll have to go to, we don't have to, but there'll be a path off to the right hand side that leads to the Shattered Forge. I think it's called this level. Is it called Shattered Forge? Yes, it is. But once we get here, the bridge is broken, and then the only thing that we can grab at the moment is a boatman's coin. There's no point entering the place yet because we haven't got the required stuff. And now for your next boatman coin once again. So we're still in the Shadows Gorge. This is the location where I'm at right now. So right at the main gate before we enter the next section. So right here there will be a thing that you can blow up to reveal this ledge. Once you do that, go to the very top and you'll see it directly to your left, just before you climb up to the very top. And now once again from the last location, proceed through the doorway. The door will lock behind you and in front of you. Enemies will spawn here, so make sure you kill them all and eventually the doors will unlock. Now once you go into the new section, but this will be the last and final thing. This is like a mixture between the Shadows Gorge and the next section, so it's kind of like a combined boatman thing. This is where I am, so I'll literally just enter the next section. And now, welcome to the Fjord. As soon as we speak to this gentleman called Blackroot, or I'll say gentleman, but the tree person, he will give us a new ability to be able to get these majestic items. All we do is just shoot that one, and that will be your mystic stone bites. Then right behind you, and now we're still in the same section. Now carry on a bit more further forward until you get to these ruins here. Now once you get here, this is my location. We want to jump into the water here to find the boatman coin. And if I remember correctly, it should be underneath this bridge somewhere. There it is. And now for your next boatman. We can't get to these ruins building just yet, just because we haven't got the required grapple to get up there. So we have to come back up a later date anyway to do this. Right, so now once we're here on the map, you will find a boatman coin located on the very top there. I don't know why the game does this for me. For some reason, my character completely locks up. But anyway, you see the boatman coin there, so go to the right side. Just jump down and grab it. And now here we are again, still in the same section. Now climb these steps up to the very top here. This is where we'll be. And now once we go through this doorway here, there will be two things that we can collect. So as soon as we enter, go to the very front here. Door 180, look up. And this will be our first power stone. Now from the last location, just go to the left and go behind here, you will find your next boatman coin. And now for your next mystic stone. So once we are leaving your fjord, it will be along your path as we're going. There it is. And this is where it's located. Now welcome to the Drenchfort. As soon as we come into the area, we'll be greeted by a very short scene. Now as we enter, go to the right side and you'll see your next boatman just on the floor there. Now very close from the last location, so basically I dropped down and then climbed up this ledge here. Once you get to the very top, do a 180 and you will find your next mystic stone. This is where I'm located. So basically when we started this section, we'll just be underneath that bridge. As soon as we enter, you want to go left and then drop down. So for this part, you need to make sure you very ever so slightly drop. Don't go too far or else you miss it. Right, this is where we're located. And now we're still in the same place. Now jump to the very bottom of this section. Once you drop to the bottom, go into this way here. But if you really want to, you can wait until there's water here. Or you can just run now. It's up to you. And eventually you will find your next boatman coin. There we go. Now this is the location where you first turn on the water for the very first time. Now once you get here, you'll see a big statue in front of you and a lot of things around you. Just to the left of you, look above the doorway, you will find your next boatman coin here. And now for your next boatman coin. Once you have climbed up the area here with the water raised up, once again this area is all part of the story, so you have to come here anyway. So this is where I'm located, and this is after, just remember, after the water that you raised up. When you come in here, you'll get a shortcut scene with enemies trying to attack you or ambush you. Then in the crate just to the right of this scene, or the middle I should say, will be your boatman coin. For the next Book of the Dead, this is the location where I'm at right now. Once again, this is all part of the story, you will have to come here. But just for more further reference, in this location just down below, you can see a destroyed crate. In that crate will be your skeleton key, that's what we need as well. But once you come back, you will have to climb back up here anyway. Before going left, or up sorry, you want to go right and do a run and jump over. For the next boatman coin, once you have raised the water level for the second time, and then you will be back in a very familiar place. So this is where the previous Book of the Dead was. I'll show you on the map once again where I am. So I've done a lot of other stuff. So I've done the skeleton key door, and once again told you already I've risen the water level. And then we have to return back here. Now in this same area, there will be a boatman coin just above. This one's very hard to miss because you have to go right past it. Once you finally finish the Drenchfort quest line, and eventually you will have to come back into the new area in Tristone. This will be the Maker's Forge. Now in here, I completely forgot about this mystic stone here. So I can't remember exactly where it is. I know it's in the right section somewhere. There we go, there it is. Ignore the counter, it will be slightly off. And now let's do some sidetracking now, or backtracking, it's the same. So now once we enter the Stonefather's Vale again, so go back to the location of your very first Book of the Dead. Now with your newfound skills, we can now get this thing on the wall. This is right next to where the book is located. Once again, we're going to get another Mystic Stone. Now enter Baneswood and stay to the far left. And right in this corner here, you will find your next stone. So in this section, when we go up the steps, there will be a crate to the right. I'm surprised I haven't been there already. Completely forgot about this place. There will be a crate, and then just behind you will be your next stone. For the next Mystic Stone, still in Baneswood, go into the top middle now. Once you go up this platform, you'll just see this one just sitting here. And now your next one is as you are leaving Baneswood. We're not going to do the main objective just yet, where we need to go through the nook. We're going to go towards the Charred Pass, but this is still technically in Baneswood. So this is where we got the next, or say when we got one of the boatman's coin when we had to go on that ledge and jump over. Now just to the left of that, you will find like a ruined, I don't know, temple-like structure. Then in amongst the edge, or just the top of it, you will see the next one. And also it does like a little hum sound as well when you know there's one nearby. And now your next stone is located in Charred Pass. Once again, we can't get it until now. Is as we enter from Baneswood and go into Charred Pass, just to the left we'll see a hole in the wall with a statue sitting down. In here as well there will be a chest that I've already grabbed, very close by. Well, from here though, just look up, use your gun, and there's your next stone. Once again, we're going to go for the next Mystic Stone. So once you actually enter the Charred Pass, when you get to the middle section, if you just look to the left now, you'll see the next one just on this wall here. That kind of looks like the Lion King mountain wall, where Mufasa up there and Simba and whatnot, and the monkey. And now after that, we're going to go into this well now to get the next one. Well, we're still in Charred Pass. Now we're going to go to the waterfall, or the waterfall, sorry, the fountain. So jump in the fountain. This is where we found the previous, no, I say previous, but this is where we found one of the boatman coins underneath here. But now, if you want to carry on as normal and go through this area this time round, the only thing it's going to be here, as far as I remember, will be a power stone. I think there's a chest here, maybe. But the main thing we're going for is this thing in here. We are still in the Charred Pass and we're about to enter the Cauldron. But at the very end of this area, we'll find a point where we see some structures here on the left. To the right, this will lead you to the Cauldron, but not yet. Go to the left and start climbing this. If I remember correctly, there was a chest up here as well, so you may have already been up here once already. But once you come up here again for a second time, if you have, go in this doorway and you'll find it directly right here. So let me give you some more context just to be sure you know where you're going. So once we have finished all the other stuff, eventually you will see this woman in the Maker's Forge. Once you have spoken with her, she should give you a quest. This quest is basically to go to the Shatter's Forge to get the hammer. So let me show you the quest now. So it is called the Hammer's Forge. We need to go to the Shattered Forge. That's located in the Shadow's Gorge section. So now once you go there, then we can continue on as normal finding collectibles. And now for your next Mystic Stone, go to the Shattered Forge. Currently we are still in the Shadow's Gorge. So just fast travel to this location. Once you teleport to here, this will bring you directly into location. Now just look to the left, or sorry, the right of the doorway, and you will find your stone. And now for your next boatman coin. Once you have entered the Shattered Forge, as soon as you go through your first doorway, you will find a crate in the middle and the doorway to your left. Now to get this boatman coin, just go behind this pillar in the middle and go underwater. You will find it directly behind it. And now quite a ways into the Shattered Forge side quest, this is basically right near the end. So once you encounter your new enemy type, I think it's like a sentinel type thing that fires, it's like a rock sentinel. Anyway, but once it comes down during the cinematic, after you killed everyone in this room, then in the side here, you might have already found it when you fight him, but the page is in one of these jars here in the corner. And now for your next boatman coin. Now follow the main objective. This will take you through Baneswood and then make you go through the Nook and to the Lost Temple. But as we are inside the Nook, this is where we will be. Once we go through this path, and eventually we'll come into this open area here. Now once we're here, look at the main door in front of you. Just look to the right and your boatman coin will be located inside one of these crates. For your next Mystic Stone, once you have gone through the lava section in the Nook, and we are still in the Nook as well, by the way. So once you land in this location, you will find your next Mystic right here. So let me just quickly show you a place before this, just so you know whereabouts I am. So once you go through this big lava section here, where you see a boatman coin that we can't get just yet. So once you proceed through here and go through that door, and then that's where we'll be. This will be a boatman coin. So this is where I'm located. So shortly after grabbing the Mystic Stone, I figured out the next part what to do. and eventually it will take you back round where you came from. Eventually you'll go through this doorway and then you'll enter in this next section above. Now as you're here, we now need to go down into the water. You will find an opening just underneath at the very bottom. I think I must be blind. I think I've gone way too far down. Ah, there it is. And now we are in the Lost Temple. Once we have used this guardian to break through the yellow spikes, once you go through this next doorway, you will find that there's a big open area right here. You'll find a skeleton key door over there. Just to the left, destroy this box here to reveal your next boatman coin. Once again, this is the location where I am right now. So the Lost Temple, this is like the second room in to the Lost Temple. This is where you'll find the key, or sorry, the boatman coin. And now once you have killed the next set of enemies, and then eventually you'll get to this part here where you see the golem in the background. So this is once you go the only way you can. So basically the enemies are here, you go through this pathway, and then you'll be here. Now once you get down here, drop down into the water. You can see the boatman coin already just to the left of the bridge. That eventually we will rise up. Rise from your grave. And now for your next collectible. So this will be the Mystic Stone. So basically once you have mounted the golem, you take it to this location. So once we have done everything around here, then we have to proceed on to the next location. So this is where we are. Now before going over the chain, just look down and shoot the next stone that we need to get. For your next boatman coin, this is after you have done like the very small arena of enemies. So once you have defeated many enemies in this section, you then want to go through the door and then follow the only path you can. So once you get to this doorway here, you will have to go across there anyway, so you can't really miss this section. But as you go over, you will find a boatman coin as soon as you land on your right hand side. And now about 10, maybe 50 seconds later, once you have jumping up the waterfall, this is where you'll be with a big giant tree in front of you and a big like bell type structure. Behind that and right next to where the tree is on the left side, you will find your next boatman coin. Once again, this is the location where I'm at. So originally we was there, now we're here. And now for our next Book of the Dead. This should be page number 8. So this is the location where we're at right now. So basically we have gotten the previous coin and the side quest for Khan in this section. Go down here and we'll find 2 golems. So once you have moved the golems in the correct place to finish off this section, before going through the main door, we want to backtrack now where we previously came through with the golem. You will see a page here that is caged off, but once you go back to this place, the gate will be open for you. And now for our next power stone. So once we have left the previous section, we'll lead outside and eventually you will fight some stalkers around this location. Now once we go inside, this is where we'll be. Once you come here, if you look directly up, you can see your next power stone, but clearly you can't shoot it from down below because you can't aim that far up. All we have to do now is go and climb to the very top, and then we can get it from there. Well, from here we can't get it. And now for your next Book of the Dead, page number 9. This is straight after you found the Power Stone. So now jump over the beams and do not jump down because we can grab this Book of the Dead right here. So in this doorway, this will be number 9. We almost finished the Book of the Dead chapter 1. Basically now the next room, once you get a cutscene with more enemies spawning in front of you. Just to the left, you want to destroy some boxes and you will find your boatman coin right here. Once again, this is where I'm located, literally the next room. For your next boatman coin, once we are going towards the foundry, you will find it located to the right side where the statue is located. So this is where we are. We are also located in Tristone. So this is basically a big Tristone village, but this is the foundry section. Alright, so I need to pause the game. So basically, once we are inside the foundry, we're still in Tristone as well. So as soon as we enter the main doorway to the foundry, if you wait here, then eventually you'll find a very new stone. I think this is called the Resistance Stone. There's only 10 of these. Eventually on your journey, you will get to this location where Khan will eventually throw you over the edge or over to the top section so you can jump down into the water. Before this, well, before getting there, you'll find this big massive area with a big garden in the middle. Once you've found that, go the only way you can is down this way. Then this is where we'll be with Khan. So when he throws you up here, there will be a crate above here, but I've already cleared this area out. Now drop down into the hole. Go into the water and then you will find your loathsome guardian in the water, and then you'll find a boatman coin to the right. So this will be the area of interest or the story progression, so we need to come to this water section anyway. Here we go. So once we grab our next ability, this will be the Death Grip. Now a lot of areas can be unlocked now for us, so there will be some backtracking. So after you grab your first ability, or your Death Grip ability, before going over where Khan is, we want to drop off the edge here. Do a timed attack or timed Death Grip lunge. And now all we need to do is just follow the only path we can. There will be 2 enemies here. Once you dealt with them, jump up this wall. Using your new ability. Right here you will find a Maker's Scythe, I believe it is in here. And then to the right you will find the Book of the Dead. This is the last page of chapter 1. There's 30 more to go. And I think I forgot to show you where I'm located as well. So this is still the foundry. This is where you found the Death Grip. For your next boatman coin, once you eventually lit up the left side arm of the Guardian, this will be your first one. Then this structure here in the main Guardian section will collapse, and then you can go over it and into the pipe. Now once you go into the pipe itself, you will be greeted by a boatman coin located on the other side, directly in front. Before going left, you want to jump down and go into the canal section. Now once you jump up, this will be your next boatman coin to the right. Shortly after getting the previous boatman coin, eventually you'll get Khan to get in the same area as you. Eventually he will throw you across and then use your Death Grip to get across here. Now once you get in this location, right in this section, you will find that there's another guardian to your right. On the left side, very, very far left, you will see some auras going around here. So just destroy these jars to find your next boatman coin. For boatman coin, number 39. So once you and Khan proceed on a bit further on until we get to this location where we have to get our second crystal. So in this area to the right of the crystal, you want to jump down into the water. You can clearly see the next boatman coin down there. So jump down and go grab it. And now for your next boatman coin. So eventually, the next thing you want to do is climb the big massive wall in front of where the crystal is. So you see Khan down there, that's where the crystal is. And go into the water and climb all the way to the top. Once you're here, you get a very short scene showing you where you need to go. But first, let's jump into the water to find your next boatman coin. So this is still the foundry as far as I remember. It hasn't changed. Now here's a better vantage point of where we are for the previous boatman coin. So this is the main section with Khan is and the crystal. So once you jump off here, you will go down into the lower section. This is where the boatman coin is. And now we are back in the area called the Fjord. Once we come back here, this is after we gain access to the Tree of Life. So after you've done the big arena battle here in the Stonefather's Vale. As far as I know, unless I'm completely wrong, but there is only one collectible here that we can grab with the new ability, but there's no point going back to the previous area since we need another, ability as well to get even further. I remember the area has, this game has a duplication person, so there's no point me going back to one of them areas. But when you go to the top of this ruins where the water is, so previously there was a boatman coin in this water, go away. And then you will find the next boatman coin located here. Well, here we are guys, we're now at the end of the video. If this guide helped you, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. If anyone else wants to support me a bit further on, you can by hitting the join button down below.